Hello, my friends. So I wanted to make a super quick video. It probably won't be super quick about some nitty-gritty business strategy for you. So this is stuff that is being talked about at really, really high levels of big businesses, and it's been talked about for a very long time. But for massage therapists, this is not something that's in the conversation, and it really, really should be. And it's no fault of our own, really. The resources are pretty skim unless you want to be super nerdy like me and take endless classes and read endless books about this topic. It's really hard to find information on, especially if you don't want to translate it from business ease to massage. So let's get right into it. There are only three ways to grow a business. Okay. And I'm serious. There's only three. You can earn more from each client. Okay. You can serve more clients, or you can create more things for people to buy. That's it. Every strategy, tactic, marketing trend, social media hack, pricing model, membership package, workshop, email campaign, referral program, and diversification plan ultimately points back to one of those three levers. Okay. This is not some trendy business concept that showed up on Instagram 6 months ago. Businesses have been using these same growth levers for generations because they consistently work. The tactics evolve, tech evolves, consumer behavior evolves, but underneath it all, successful businesses continue to grow by increasing customer value, serving more people, or creating additional ways to generate revenue. Tattoo that on your beautiful forehead. We convince ourselves that the answer must be hidden inside the perfect niche or the perfect Instagram strategy or the perfect website, the perfect scheduling software, or the perfect business model. But underneath all those decisions is still the same objective: increase the value of each client, serve more clients, or create additional ways to generate revenue. Business growth is way simpler than we make it. Okay. These are already decisions you are making every single day, right? So when you create a premium service, you improve your rebooking rate, you strengthen your client retention, or raise your prices, you're increasing the value of each client relationship. Okay. If you don't have the clients to leverage this with, you're going to be frustrated with this type of effort. When you improve your marketing, when you generate referrals, when you reactivate former clients or become more visible in your community, you're creating opportunities to serve more people. This may or may not be an option for you. And if you continue, like if you're really flipping fully booked, right? And if you continue trying to cram more clients into a packed schedule with the intention to grow, are you starting to see how we get stuck here by not paying attention to these three different levers? When you offer workshops or memberships, gift cards, self-care programs, or other complimentary services, you're creating additional ways for people to buy from you. So these are different tactics, but the same three growth levers. So once you really get this, you're going to stop chasing random strategies and start evaluating opportunities through a much more strategic lens. Instead of asking, like, should I send another email or should I start a Substack for Christ's sake? You're going to start asking yourself, which growth lever does this strengthen? And this is just by itself is going to save you years of wasted effort because it is so much easier to identify what is actually moving your business forward and what's just keeping you busy. Okay. So, where I normally see, especially massage therapists, getting stuck is usually in one of three places. We'll either overcomplicate something that's quite simple and spend years looking for a secret fourth option, right? Maybe we become convinced that one of these approaches is wrong and we just refuse to touch it. Or maybe we're picking one approach, we have a bad experience with it, and throw out the entire category, right? And I see this all the flipping time. Maybe like with a therapist raising their rates once, they lose a handful of clients and they just conclude that charging more doesn't work. Nope, not doing it. Other therapists that I've worked with, they host a workshop, nobody signs up, and then they decide that diversifying is just like not for them. Someone spends money on marketing, it doesn't immediately fill their schedule, and they decide that marketing is a waste of time. What we're missing is that one experience doesn't invalidate an entire growth strategy. Okay. A therapist might raise their rates without improving their messaging, their positioning, confidence, or client experience. A workshop might fail because it was marketed for 3 days to an audience that wasn't interested. Marketing might fall flat because there's no system for converting attention into appointments. And the conclusion becomes this doesn't work, when the reality is usually more along the lines of this particular attempt didn't work, or I don't have a system to back this up. And because we are so deeply invested in helping people, it's really easy to take those experiences personally. We don't just think the strategy failed, right? We think we failed. So instead of refining the approach, abandon the entire category and we go back to what feels familiar. We do more sessions, more hours, we do more physical work, even when it's the very thing we're trying to escape. Okay. So this principle is going to remain true across the board. Okay. But what usually fails in this type of issue is the strategy itself. So charging more doesn't automatically mean increasing your hourly rate. Maybe you're creating something like a premium service. Booking more doesn't automatically mean cramming more people into your week. Maybe you're reducing cancellations, increasing rebooking or retention, or reactivating clients who know you. Creating additional revenue doesn't mean like inventing an entirely new business or signing up for an MLM or something, okay? Maybe it means creating a workshop, a membership, or something else that supports people you already serve. The growth lever is going to stay the same. The expression of it is going to look very different depending on your goals, personality, strengths, and your season of life. So, knowing the exact stage, phase of your business and your needs and how they dovetail with any one of these growth levers is where the magic really is. Okay. And when we misunderstand or misuse these three growth levers, the consequences go way beyond just the business because now you're trapped, right? You feel like your only option is to work harder. Maybe you're feeling really resentful of your schedule. Maybe you start calculating how many years your hands can realistically keep doing this. You postpone travel, rest, freedom. You put off the version of your life you are trying to build. You postpone the version of your life that you started this for. Maybe you're in this cycle and you're noticing that this starts to reinforce itself. You need more money, so you add more appointments. Now you're exhausted. Because you're exhausted, you have less energy for marketing, planning, systems, or creating other income streams. So when you need more money again, the only available lever is adding even more appointments. And a few months later, you're wondering why you're still struggling financially despite being busier than ever. Plus, you're exhausted. Or maybe you're fully booked, but every single cancellation you get feels super stressful because all your income depends on that one revenue stream. Or you've convinced yourself that diversification isn't for you. Everyone's told you that you have to hire anyway, right? So every financial goal has to come from more hands on work. So without even realizing it, you have built a business where every solution points back to doing more of the thing that's already stretching you really thin. And that's when you start to feel stuck, even when your schedule maybe looks really successful from the outside. So let's flip the script here a little bit. Imagine opening your schedule and seeing a calendar that feels really, really intentional. Maybe you're taking a vacation and you're enjoying it because you know money is still coming in and your business isn't falling apart while you're gone. Maybe you've got multiple ways to bring in money, so a cancellation doesn't have the power really to ruin your day, you know? And imagine knowing that your income isn't tied exclusively to how many hours your body can physically work each week. Picture yourself making choices based on your goals, your values, your family, energy, and the life you want to build. Because this is what is possible when you stop seeing growth as more work and start seeing it as creating more possibilities, right? So, whenever I bring up this concept and these growth levers, a lot of massage therapists have a few reactions. Maybe you're having one right now. Like charging more feels really, really greedy. Does it though? Or does charging appropriately allow you to create a business that supports you for the long haul, serves the client at a higher level, and protects you from burnout? booking means more burnout, right? Oh, but maybe not necessarily. Booking more can mean attracting better fit clients, having better retention, reducing gaps in your schedule, and bringing back clients who haven't seen you in a long time. A lot of us don't actually need more appointments. We just need that consistency, right? Or maybe you're thinking like selling things feels really salesy and gross. But that's only true if what you're offering doesn't create value and it's not something you believe in. For example, if a workshop helps someone to understand their pain, or if a membership helps them stay accountable to their wellness goals, or if a self care program helps them continue their progress between sessions, you're not creating pressure, right? This is really just you opening up opportunities for support for them. When you're using each or one of the levers correctly, again, these are earning more from each client, serving more clients, or you can create more things for people to buy. When you're using each one of these correctly, and you use it strategically, you have a seriously sustainable, growing, and consistent business that's not going to burn you out. So, when it comes to growth in your business, it's not about choosing one lever necessarily, because the strongest businesses use all three. Again, earning more from each client, serving more clients, or creating more things for your clients or people to buy, right? So, the strongest businesses make small improvements in all three of these areas and create momentum that compounds over time. So, for example, a therapist who's fully booked and turning people away does not need another marketing campaign, which is what somebody who is just building and growing and has gaps in their schedule is going to need. But instead, this person may benefit most from increasing the value of each client through premium services, longer treatment plans, memberships, or strategic price adjustments. A therapist with gaps in their schedule is probably going to have better luck with visibility, referrals, retention, and community partnerships, right? So the key here isn't choosing like the best growth lever and just like sticking to it, ride or die. But the key is understanding which lever creates the greatest opportunity based on where your business is right now. So this is why, the Balanced Biz program exists. We have enough information. You can find all the information you want on ChatGPT. You can read all the books, you can talk to all the people, you can watch all the webinars, you can go to all the classes, but I'm guessing that's not why you're still watching, right? What you might be missing is a clear understanding of where to focus your time, your energy, and your effort for the greatest return, how to build a strategy for it, and how to systemize it for the most leverage. And maybe you're looking at a dozen of possible directions, second guessing your choices, piecing together advice from all sorts of different resources, and you're trying to figure everything out on your own. I say this with love and from personal experience, that is exhausting. So, the Balanced Biz program helps you identify your biggest opportunities, build systems around them so they don't eat up your entire schedule, and implement them in real life in a way that aligns with your goals and with your lifestyle. So during our time together, we work through messaging, which is how you talk about your business and your offers, which makes it really easy to sell. We talk about your pricing strategy. We work through client retention, how to diversify, how to manage your time, how healthy is your money mindset. We talk about business systems and we refine your decision making frameworks that help you to move forward with serious confidence. The biggest benefit here is more than just learning what to do. It's knowing why you are doing it and how it fits into the bigger picture of your business. Not to mention coaching, support, accountability, community, and proven frameworks week after week that help you make meaningful progress without spending years, and I mean years, reinventing the wheel. So if you are done feeling like the only way to make more money is to work more hours, if you are ready to create more options, flexibility, and freedom within the business you have already built, if you are ready to grow your income in a way that feels super sustainable, strategic, and aligned with the life you want, this program is designed to help you do exactly that. We will identify the opportunities available in your business already, build a plan around them, and help you implement it step by step with support, coaching, and community along the way. The next enrollment period is open now. And if you'd like to explore whether it's the right fit for you, please send me a message with the word balanced and we'll start the conversation. I cannot wait to see you there, my friends.